welcome to jasonnewland.com. My name is Jason Newland. Please only listen when you can safely close your eyes. This is a stop worrying hypnosis session. There's nothing for you to do, nothing for you to say. Just let you know there may be background sound. There's been someone banging in the distance for the last 3 days, so I don't know what they're doing. It sounds like the A-team are trapped inside a big garage and they're putting together some kind of machine to help them escape. It's a 1980s reference. Vinny, my little Jack Russell, is here with me as my co-presenter. So he makes the occasional sound, the occasional yawn. If he barks, I will edit that out, of course. But he is part of, and I've got a water bottle that's heckling me for some reason. That's weird. So this is a very informal, relaxing, calm session. There's no rules. You can just settle in your own way, however that is for you, whether it's sitting in a chair that supports your body or lying down on a comfortable bed, knowing that you can change how you're sitting or lying down. You can change your position at any time. There are no rules. And the main thing really is that you feel more relaxed, at the very least, more relaxed at the end of this recording than you were at the beginning. And as I said, I'm going to focus on stop worrying, because this is something that can often get in the way of comfort and relaxation, maybe even have a negative effect in the past on your sleeping or ability to get to sleep. Perhaps in the past your mind has been overactive. One of the good things about letting go of everything is you don't have to let go of it forever. So let's say you're decided to go to sleep and something really important is happening the next day. That important thing is still going to be there when you wake up. So you don't even need to think about it when you're in bed. So by letting go and allowing your mind to slow down, doesn't necessarily mean forgetting the things that were on your mind, although that might happen if those things that were bugging you are no longer necessary or relevant in your life today. Because as you do just settle down into the simple experience of just hearing these words, because sometimes without even trying, our mind begins to drift toward a place where worry no longer feels necessary. And you might notice that or not. And either way is absolutely fine. And as you listen, you may start to remember a time when things simply resolved themselves, the way problems often do. After the mind stops gripping them so tightly. It's kind of interesting, isn't it? How letting go often happens before we even realize it's happening. Almost like an old habit that simply steps aside when something calmer begins to take its place. And some people discover, and you may notice, that worry is not a requirement for things to work out. It's just a habit, and habits change. The moment your unconscious decides that they have served their purpose. And somewhere inside you, there is already a part that knows how to be calm and steady. And you can learn from that part, even without knowing how you're learning. Because your unconscious mind is already listening in its own unique way. Taking what's useful and setting aside what isn't. And allowing you to feel safer than perhaps you expected to feel. Now, as you drift deeper, you might notice that each worry, no matter how loud it once seemed, becomes just a faint outline, like a picture being erased slowly. Softening at the edges, losing urgency, losing weight. As if your mind is gently switching off the spotlight that kept these thoughts too bright. And whenever the mind realizes it doesn't have to chase every thought, it begins to release the unnecessary ones. You may discover that now, or maybe later tonight, or tomorrow, in a quiet moment, and you'll simply catch yourself feeling lighter. And that is your unconscious mind saying, you don't need to carry that anymore. Because you don't. You don't. And your mind knows exactly how to place those old worries further away in the distance, so distant that they feel irrelevant. Like whispers you can't quite make out anymore. And as those old patterns fade, something stronger takes shape. A sense of ease, a quiet certainty that things can unfold. Without being pushed or forced or worried into existence. And that calmness, the one that is beginning to weave itself through your thoughts, even now, is becoming your new default. A steady background hum of I can handle this. I always do. And I don't need to worry to cope. So from this moment forward, you can let your unconscious handle anything that once triggered worry. While the conscious mind gets to rest. To relax, to drift, to simply be. Because your unconscious is already learning. Reorganizing. Rewiring pathways that used to loop through worry. And creating quieter roots. Smoother roots. Roots where solutions simply appear. Well before worry even has a chance. And as this process continues, tonight, tomorrow, throughout the week, you'll begin to notice something precious. You've stopped worrying without trying, because the part of you that once worried has now learned to relax. And you can return to this state easily by hearing these words again. Or just by remembering the feeling they create. That gentle sense that everything is softening, settling, easing its hold on you. So let that change continue. Quietly, comfortably, deeply, as you go further now into the calm place where worry is no longer invited, and peace takes its natural seat. Now, if you choose, you can just drift off into a deep sleep, or you may decide to open your eyes when you're ready, when you've absorbed all of these new learnings and are ready to move forward with your life. Feeling more relaxed, more comfortable, more at peace. So you can open your eyes whenever you choose. And I suggest that you listen to this recording every day until you feel the most benefit. Now, thank you for listening. Remember to be kind to yourself because you deserve to be happy. Be gentle with yourself. You deserve to feel safe. Lots of love. Bye.